What if I told you that no matter how clean you eat or how much you exercise, your blood is likely a toxic soup of forever chemicals, microplastics, and decades-old pesticides? I traveled halfway around the world to Spain to undergo a radical blood cleaning procedure to remove 48 years of accumulated toxins from my body. We live in a modern world filled with incredible conveniences, but that modernity comes with a hidden cost. Our bodies are constantly bombarded by environmental toxins that we simply cannot avoid. We drink from plastic bottles, we eat meat wrapped in plastic wrap, and we breathe in volatile organic compounds from car fumes and airplanes. I have been eating incredibly clean for the last 15 years, but nobody is perfect. Before that, I had a lifetime of exposure to microplastics and harmful chemicals. I want to live a long, healthy, and vital life, and I realize that there are some toxins that the body simply cannot get rid of on its own. Welcome to Human Health Zone, where we explore the hidden truths of health and longevity. If you want to take control of your biology and learn the secrets to a long life, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel right now. As I dive into this intense blood filtering procedure, keep one specific question in mind. What is the single most pervasive pesticide residue hiding in my plasma, and how did it get there after decades of clean living? I will reveal the shocking answer near the very end of this video. I also want to mention that Human Health Zone is a fan channel created purely and only to give credit to Dr. Berg, DC, bringing you his incredible insights and research to help you live a healthier life. The procedure I underwent is called double filtration plasmapheresis, sometimes referred to as Plasmapheresis. You may have seen tech billionaires experimenting with therapeutic plasma exchange, where they receive donor plasma from younger people. But double filtration plasmapheresis is entirely different and arguably much safer because it uses your own blood. It does not require a donor. Blood is drawn out of your arm through a large gauge needle and passed through a highly specialized machine. The machine separates your solid blood components, like red and white blood cells, from your plasma. The plasma is then forced through a microscopic filter that captures inflammatory proteins, heavy metals, microplastics, forever chemicals known as PFAS, and volatile organic compounds. The clean plasma is then recombined with your blood cells and pumped back into your body. What I am about to show you next is something most people never get to see. The machine produces a byproduct called the eluate. This is the dark, manky, horrible-looking fluid that is filtered out of your bloodstream. When you look at the bags of eluate from previous patients, it is terrifying. You see bags with dark, murky fluid at the bottom, representing massive amounts of inflammatory proteins. You see bags from patients with severe heavy metal toxicity, where the bottom of the bag is filled with a thick, dark sludge. There was even a bag from a woman who had a ruptured breast augmentation, and you could literally see the silicone that had been circulating in her bloodstream. Seeing these photos made me incredibly curious about what was hiding in my own blood. The clinic I visited in Majorca uses state-of-the-art technology that is not yet available in the United States, but is expected to be approved by 2026. Sitting in the chair for 2.5 hours was a very strange sensation. Watching your blood travel out of your arm, through a maze of clear tubes, into a humming machine, and then back into your veins is profoundly surreal. It is like watching your life force leave your body, get scrubbed clean of the modern world, and then return to you. The recovery process was surprisingly gentle, though the clinic recommended taking it very easy for a few days. I spent my time swimming in the Mediterranean Sea, trying to reset my circadian rhythm from the severe jet lag. But here is the part that truly shocked me about what was hiding in my plasma. The procedure does not just remove the bad stuff. It also removes things your body needs, like albumin and lipoproteins. Albumin is a crucial protein made by your liver that maintains oncotic pressure in your blood vessels and transports hormones and vitamins. Losing a significant amount of albumin can leave you feeling fatigued and weak. The liver is incredibly resilient and can replenish albumin within 24 to 48 hours, but you definitely feel the low. I intentionally ate a lot of raw egg yolks after procedure to give my body an abundance of cholesterol. Many people fear low-density lipoprotein, commonly known as LDL, but it is a vital immune particle. Lipoproteins act as transport vehicles, moving cholesterol and triglycerides around your body. There are clear medical associations showing that excessively low levels of LDL can increase your susceptibility to infectious diseases. By filtering the blood, we remove the old, potentially damaged LDL along with the toxic cargo it might be carrying. The goal is to let the liver produce fresh, healthy lipoproteins. Before we continue to the terrifying lab results, remember that this video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult a licensed doctor for diagnosis or treatment. When the clinic staff analyzed my eluate, they pointed out that my sample had a slightly reddish tint. In men, the eluate is usually more yellow, while in women it tends to be clearer. A reddish tint indicates the presence of inflammation. It was not severely red, which is a sign of massive chronic inflammation, but it was present. We also look for a black line in the eluate, which is a visual indicator of heavy metals. My sample did not have a prominent black line, suggesting my heavy metal burden was relatively low, but we had to send the fluid to the laboratory to know for sure. The microplastics and forever chemicals are too small to be seen with the naked eye, but they are trapped in that filtered fluid. You might think you are safe from this, but the reality is far more disturbing. Even if you eat organic food and drink reverse osmosis water, you are exposed. I had a second filtration session a few days later to ensure a deep cleaning. The second session is crucial because as the plasma is cleaned, the body begins to release toxins stored in tissues into the bloodstream to maintain equilibrium. By cleaning the blood a second time, you capture that secondary wave of released toxins. When I returned home to Costa Rica, I received the comprehensive laboratory analysis of my eluate, and the results completely floored me. As I suspected, my heavy metal levels were very low. I avoid eating large fish like tuna and swordfish, which are notorious for accumulating mercury and lead. However, my lead levels did show a slight increase after procedure. This is likely due to osmosis. When the blood is rapidly cleared of lead, the body pulls it out of the bones and organs where it has been stored for decades and deposits it into the blood. Before we look at the final lab results, there is a hidden cost to this procedure nobody talks about. The financial expense is significant. Each session costs a little over $3,000, making the total trip close to $7,000. While this is a massive expense, I view it as an investment in my biological future. We spend thousands on car payments and cell phones. But what if there was a procedure that could significantly decrease your toxic burden and alter the course of your long-term health? The laboratory results revealed exactly what was hiding in my blood. Remember the question I asked at the beginning about the most pervasive pesticide residue? The answer was DDE. DDE is a degradation product of DDT, an insecticide that was banned decades ago. Because DDE is highly fat-soluble, it accumulates in the fat of animals and in the soil. Every time you eat animal products, you are exposed to trace amounts of DDE. Despite eating mostly organic food for years, I had very high levels of DDE in my plasma, representing 48 years of accumulated exposure. I also had high levels of gamma-hexachlorocyclohexane, known as lindane, another toxic insecticide. The solvents were the most shocking. I had elevated levels of dichloromethane, which is found in paints, varnishes, and adhesives. I had trimethylbenzene, benzene, and xylene, which are toxic compounds found in medicines, perfumes, and paints. Perhaps the most alarming discovery was the presence of polychlorinated biphenyls, or PCBs. PCBs are highly toxic industrial chemicals that were banned in the 1970s but persist in the environment forever. They are the exact reason you are told to avoid farm-raised fish, which are fed pellets that often contain PCBs. I ate a lot of farm-raised salmon and sushi in my younger years, and those chemicals have been silently stored in my fat tissue for decades. Why do humans get cancer and dementia? It is often a combination of insulin resistance and the accumulation of these exact compounds that our bodies simply cannot excrete naturally. This experience made me realize how critical it is to support my natural detoxification pathways, specifically glutathione production. Glutathione is the master antioxidant that helps the liver clear heavy metals and organic compounds. Since the procedure, I have focused heavily on foods and supplements that boost glutathione, such as high-quality whey protein-rich in cysteine. Double filtration plasmapheresis is not a magic bullet. The fat-soluble toxins stored in my tissues will continue to slowly leach into my bloodstream. That is why I plan to do this procedure again in a year to measure my ongoing toxic burden. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. If you personally relate to the struggle of chronic fatigue or the fear of hidden environmental toxins, please leave a comment below and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Finally, let us know in the comments which city or country you are watching from so we can see where our community is growing.